I was going to say, yeah, so do you want to go into... We'll talk about just the few bits we have watched and then go straight to the tier list?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Can I do the intro?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But when you're editing, keep this bit in beforehand so that people know I was kind enough to let you...
I did that before in the first... I did that before in the second episode when you fucked up. I was just like... Oh,
that's leaving that in.
Alright. Welcome back, everyone, to the weekly Weeb show. It's me, Full Animix, and I'm here with...
Hugo.
And we are here back again another week where we procrastinate and talk about anime. What has been going on this week? We have gotten a new season starting and I am fucking excited for it because winter sucked. I'm just going to say it. It was bad. Frieren was alright. Solo leveling was alright. Both kind of mid. But this season, we got some bangers.
I mean, firstly, I'd just like to say, I don't know, Hokkaido Girls is pretty much like 10 out of 10. Greatest anime.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. Never mind, winter was alright.
It was peak fiction.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch.
I mean, to be fair, we have had some good stuff start up so far. I mean, obviously we had Mushoku Tensei, which...
Yeah.
Like... I liked it. I was actually quite happy with it because honestly, like, I was in fear that like the whole season was going to be this getting married and buying a house kind of thing, and I was like, oh shit.
No, I've had a pretty good image of what this season's going to focus on a lot, and I know whereabouts it will probably finish. So I don't think this season will dwindle too much on the slice of life married stuff. I'm pretty sure it will get down to the nitty gritty soon because I'm hopeful that we'll get to see some dungeon action, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. You mean Rudius is going to enter some dungeon, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
probably.
Good.
I don't know. I haven't read it. Anyway,
But like, no, I liked it though, and the first episode being that it was the whole let's get the house, let's get it kind of underway, and then next thing you know it's done, it's ready, and this is where we now live, Sylvie, if you want. Like, that was just kind of, it was nice. It was one of those where I was like, oh good, we're not going to be doing this for a whole fucking, like, we have realised that you can only give me so much slice of life in this fantasy before I walk away.
Yeah, I think they're doing a pretty alright job with keeping it to the same tone as the first part. But there will be a tonal shift later on, which I'm excited for, but I'm good that they're trying to keep the same pace as they had in the first season, because I'm assuming what they would want is people just to start immediately from part 1, then go straight into part 2. I mean, that's how it probably goes with every show like that. Yeah.
But I mean, other than the thing that we've probably been most hyped for finally starting up, and we know it's gonna slowly ramp up. In a couple of weeks we're gonna be like, mate, did you see it? It's the best fucking episode yet. Like, we did
yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna be so happy about it because you're not like me, but we have got a weird My Hero thing going on at the moment, which is they're doing My Hero Memories. So, like, they're doing episodes that are, like, complete... Like, they're like a summarization of the last 6 seasons. So for people like you who decided to skip random seasons and then be like, why is Deku such an edgy cunt now?
Fuck.
Yeah, no, now you can watch the last season with all the knowledge you need.
And it'd be summed up in 25 minutes. Sick.
Well, I think they're going to do a couple episodes of it.
That's even worse. Why couldn't they just sum it up in 25 minutes?
Why couldn't they sum it up in like an hour at least? Like, it's 6 seasons.
Why couldn't they sum it up in 25 episodes?
I mean, to be fair,
you know.
Yeah, no, they probably do need about. They probably are going to sum it up in 25 fucking episodes, and then My Hero will start. But
you could probably turn all 6 seasons of My Hero Academia into 50 episodes.
Oh, I mean, do you know the YouTubers something witty entertainment?
No.
So they created one of my favorite anime abridged series, the Sword Art Online abridged show.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah, and it is obviously the funniest fucking show in the world. But they are also doing a My Hero Academia one, and my guy, I want that to be like 50 episodes because I reckon they can do all 6 seasons in 50 episodes.
Oh man, that would be really good.
It is funny as hell. Like if you haven't watched it, I would say give it a watch because they're not. I mean, they are longer episodes. I think they're still like 15-20 minute abridged episodes, but you know they are so worth it. They are funny as hell. But like,
nice.
But yeah, no, because like to be honest, I only knew about Memories, not even because I was checking like an anime site. Like I was playing My Hero Ultra Rumble on my PlayStation like a fucking neat, and it popped up being like, hey, here are some free roll tickets because the gotcha bad, and it was like, here's some free roll tickets because it's a new episode of My Hero dropped, and I was like, My Hero doesn't drop till May, what the fuck are you on about? So I had to then go and look, found it, watched it, and I was like, wow, why did I waste my fucking time? I was like, I just skipped like through it in 5-minute increments essentially. I was like, okay, all right, so we've just summed up season 1. Cool.
Great.
Like 8 more episodes to
totally
go.
Needed that refresher.
That's the worst part. I'm like, you do this at the start of, I'm like, if fucking episode 1, all right, of the new season, if they dare do a fucking let's remember everyone's name and quirk and all that crap, I will blow my brains out. Because I'm like, you can't make a series of let's remember it and then also make me remember it on episode 1.
I'm gonna be for real. I don't think it needs this, to be honest. I think MHA fans will know everything that's going on, and you don't need to know stuff that happened in the first season to watch season 7. There's no point in doing this. This is like if One Piece did this, and it's like doing like the most basic cliff notes of what happens. And that's just not what One Piece is about. One Piece is very more internal and a little bit more subtle with what they do with bringing back foreshadowing and stuff. Whereas My Hero is just kind of like dumb, funny action. And I don't think people need to know that Deku's first name is not Deku.
But what if you didn't understand that he was actually quirkless? I mean, let's ignore the fact he mentions it every episode, but
the description for season 7 starts off saying that Izuku Midoriya, who goes by Deku, is quirkless. Wow, guys. Didn't think of that. It's not like his whole character is based off that.
Yeah, but you know, it's been a year, I might have forgotten. Like, Rizuku who? Bakigi what?
True, what are we talking about?
What's an All Might?
What are we talking about?
Like, it is like one of those where I'm like, this is like the most cash grabby thing I feel like I've seen in a while. It's like, hey, let's just make like an extra 9 episodes that we can put out to stream and shit for people to remember what the last fucking
I don't know.
7
It
years
seems
have
like
done.
a failed hyped attempt. Like it seems like something where they thought, yeah, we're going to get people excited again for MHA because the last time we did something with MHA was only a year ago, guys. Yeah, everyone's probably forgotten about it. So we gotta create a promotional thing to promote a project that isn't relevant to the project that we're making. We have to do it on our past projects to get hyped for the new project.
And to be fair, I think the thing that gripes
It doesn't
me,
make any sense.
the thing that gripes me about it the most is like, so you've put time into getting all that made up, and I believe probably like dubbing over some voiceover stuff so that you can structure it properly and whatnot. And it's like, you're also making a fucking movie that comes out in like August. It's like, do you not have better things to be putting time and energy towards than this blatant fucking failed hype attempt? Like, you've got a movie which is like the My Hero You're Next, which I'm honestly kind of excited for, and when it comes out I will be over the moon because I like the My Hero movies. I think they're actually really good. Like, they are a great hour and a half of entertainment, and you know, shonen is at the end of the day, all pretty much the same. So you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get hero, battles villain, villain powerful, runs away from villain, figures it out, comes back, fights villain again, wins with the power of teamwork and friendship, and roll credits. Like, I'll be happy with that hour and a half of brain rot.
Yeah, I never really got into the MHA movies, to be honest, because there was that one movie where Deku gave one for
Bucky.
all, was it all for one, to Bakugo, and they kind of just writ it off as non-canon. So it's just like, oh, we're doing this now. We're doing this. You're pulling a Bio Broly on me right now. Are you really doing that?
Yeah, no,
What
like
the
when
fuck?
I remember watching that and being like, oh, so this has to be non-canon, I guess, because of the fact he does it. But then All Might comes up and he's like, oh no, you just managed to lend the power. And it's like, well, if that's the fucking case, All Might, are you telling me, right, that you didn't have to end up like this? Because young Midoriya here could have just said, All Might, borrow my power for a minute, lick my spit off my hand, and off we go. All for One liked you, One for All liked you anyway, so, you know, it'll definitely give you its power again for a little bit. Go and beat the shit out the bad guy. Like, I was like, you've just made this power weird.
This could have turned into the biggest retcon in anime history. Like, the whole plot of season 1 completely goes off the rails because of a stupid movie. And the thought of that just
would have been
makes
so
me go,
good.
oh my god.
Here's the thing, I think My Hero would have been fucking brilliant if all of a sudden it just became that Bakugo was the main character he believes himself to be. I think it would have been great.
Because he's so much better than Izuku Himnoriya.
But it's just it was a good film, but it did annoy me with some of that shit.
Yeah, and it's also completely forgettable. It's literally the only part that I remember from it.
I would say, yeah, of the two films, it is probably the more forgettable one. Of 3 films now, isn't it? The 3, soon to be 4. I think the newest one was actually pretty good, but the other 2, mid and then kind of just a forgettable movie where you just remember that it. I think part of that problem is because of the whole power sharing thing. You're like, well, it's a forgettable movie because it does something that just doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, I didn't really like it too much.
But you know, it could have been worse. Could have been so much worse.
Yeah. Don't know how it could have been, but that's a topic for another day. Let's talk about slime, please.
All right. So I haven't watched it. Despite my excitement for it, I haven't. I swear to God I will.
Such a travesty.
Like, I think I started what is it, like 39 and a half or 38 and a half, whatever they called the introduction episode, like Diablo's Diaries or whatever it was. Like, I started that episode.
Oh, you watched those?
I like to just see if there's anything kind of good in there that I might like. I don't with things like My Hero because I know what that is. It's just, let's summarize the last season from Rizuku's fucking view, and yeah, it's always the same fucking thing. And then it's like, and also here's all the class 1A. Let me remind you of their names and quirks again. And it's like, I don't need that. But with other shows, I quite often find them like, I do enjoy them because they tend to do something at least a little bit off for a bit of world building.
Right.
Whereas like with things like, yeah, with My Hero, like it's just let's have a pool party. Fuck your pool party. I don't care. So like, yeah.
But yeah, I've been looking forward to Slime season 3 for ages. Like, I've rewatched season 2 probably the most. Season 2 part 2, I should say. But Slime before Mushoku Tensei was my favorite isekai. Like, I fucking love this show so much because it just does what it needs to do. It needs to be a power fantasy and a reincarnation show, and that's it. Yeah. That's all I want. You know, I don't mind getting like alright morals and stuff, you know. I don't like having good character development. All that matters is a show knowing what it's doing and doing it well. And that's what Slime does.
Oh yeah, I'd say it's essentially like it's kind of like peak brain rot. Like it's just one of those you can just watch it. Like you're not here for this world building shit. Like let's be honest, we don't entirely care about the whole. I gotta do it for what was her name, Mina or something like that. The woman he met in the first one, whose body he consumed so he could look human again.
It wasn't like, Mina.
I don't know her fucking name. She's dead. What does it matter?
It's Susan. Is it Susanna or something?
Chizame. I don't know.
I don't know. Fucking cheddar cheese.
But like it's like it was one of those where it's like I don't care about that too much. I'm like I just kind of enjoy. I turn it on. I enjoy watching just little slime ball go, hey, let me just OP God this world real quick, and then go, cool.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I kind
she
of
can't
like
cook.
the world. No, she could. Oh no. Oh, you're talking about her? That's fucking Shino. That's it.
Shino who can't cook.
But now she can cook.
Well, she can make bad cooking taste good.
Yeah.
Good request.
She just it's the funniest use of Deus Ex Machina ever.
Honestly.
But yeah, I like the world building in Slime actually. I thought the little like quest that he went on to go help the students and stuff was really cool. And then I like how things just get really fucking dark at the end of at the start of part 2 of season 2. And I'm just like, oh yeah, let's fucking get into it. Let's lean into this more. And then he goes full Demon Lord, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, this is what I want. And yeah, and then season 3 actually, they're just now like gonna go to war against everyone. Now Rima's just like, yeah, nah, you kind of pissed me off now, so
he is.
I'm gonna kill you.
He is God at this point, so.
He is Himothy. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this rematch with the other reincarnated woman who has eluded my name. Her name, what?
Who's her name?
Because that did not go too well for Rima last time, and I'm really looking forward to that rematch and all that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, I think it'll be good. Like I said, I do need to get to watching it, but part of me's like I might give it until it's got like 3 episodes or so out, and then just binge the 3 in one sitting, and then just start watching.
Yeah, but then you're just gonna want more.
Yeah, I know, but it'll keep me on that hype train a little while longer, you know. Like,
no, I guess.
Like I like it when you can just binge a bit of content. Like all of last week, I just watched Dragon Ball Super, and finished it. Like a sad.
Yeah, but
sad
the
twat.
reason. The reason why I've been really looking forward to this season in particular, because I think it was last year, a movie came out for Slime, and it was quite bad.
Yeah.
Like, it was not that good.
Yeah, I remember.
And I didn't really like it, which is a shame because the premise was pretty cool. Like, it did more world building, it introduced some more characters. It's just a real shame that the ending was really dumb and just random shit just started happening. Like, wasn't there time travel or something? Or some like time manipulation?
I think there's like time magic or something that he's able to do or something like that in it.
Yeah, some fucking MacGuffin shit that happens. Yeah. So I've been really looking forward to this, and it's Slime and Mushoku Tensei have been something that I've been looking forward to for ages.
See, I will say there is a new show coming out, I think next week, which is, what's it called? The New Gate.
Oh, New Gate. Yeah,
and like I'm kind of looking forward to watching it, but I will say, like, upon viewing all of its like promo material, fuck, does it just look like SAO with better animation than SAO had.
Well, I thought it was a prequel to Gate.
I'm not too sure what it is.
Well, that's my initial thought. I thought because there is an isekai called Gate, where it's just like real life like soldiers go into a fantasy world and just go all US Army on them. It's pretty cool, pretty realistic actually. And I thought this was just a prequel because it's just like it's basically the same name.
So I bet you're in for a real shock when you found out it was actually just another Murder VR game.
Yeah, it's just like these aren't the same characters. What? This is different. I mean,
like I was looking at it, I'm like, I want to watch it. I reckon it could be good, but I am at the same time like, but it does just look like they're going to remake the first season of Sword Art Online, but with better animation technology than they had when they made the first season of Sword Art Online. Like it.
What is this studio name?
What studio is
it? This is a new studio. Oh, this is a cultured studio.
Oh,
all right.
Is it a cultured studio?
These guys do Muri Tights and Tawa on Monday too. And they are both based off doujins.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm flicking through their catalogue at the moment. I'm like, oh yeah. This is fan service.
Hell yeah, they've got some spice under them.
I'm even more excited for the new Gate now. Go and get fan service.
No, there's no etchy tag, but there'll probably be fan service anyways.
Yeah. But like I said, it does give the feel of just Sword Art Online reborn, but I enjoyed Sword Art Online. I've watched all of it. Like, I've watched all the movies for it, so I'm willing to give it a chance.
Have you watched Alicization?
Yeah, I've watched all of Alicization. I literally had
That's good because a lot of people that watch SAO do not watch Alicization and Underworld.
And do you know, I get it as to why they don't, because I remember going into it feeling like, I'm like, oh God, just end the series already. But
yeah.
I also
do they know that they are missing out on peak fiction.
Yeah, no, I'm like, actually, this is really cool, and like I really enjoyed it so much so that I went to a very legitimate anime website and downloaded every episode to my phone at one point just so I could watch them on the go whenever I was somewhere without signal.
Yeah, I've said this before on my channel. I really don't like SAO slander. It's my biggest gripe because I understand that people don't like the first 2 seasons. I get it. It's really bad. It's very cut point and center, and I personally don't like season 2 that much. But Alicization returns to the status quo and is just so good. Yeah. I fucking love it.
Oh, I think Alicization was like what they should have just fucking skipped that Gun Gale crap and gone straight to Alicization, but yeah, it's like it is such a good story, and it's like that's how the story should have progressed. Like honestly, watch the first season, skip the second one, some new characters appear, they don't really fucking matter all that much, and then just go straight into season 3 of with Alicization and just be like, yeah, no, this is peak. You can ignore all the Gun Gale art crap. I hate it. I hate Gun Gale so much.
I didn't mind Gun Gale. It's just the other shit in season 2 that I didn't like.
See, I just didn't like Gun Gale. I was like, it honestly felt like the most pointless arc that existed. I was like, oh, it's just you've just gone, oh, well, how do we reimagine you can die in a video game? And it's like, well, look, I like the first idea. Like, you don't need to progress, grow, do something new. Like,
yeah, I guess.
Whereas, like, it's not like you can die in the video game in Alicization. Like,
well, you could.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's also another show that I'm going to watch eventually, but it's not like I will watch this eventually. It's like I will watch it, and that's what I told you last time, Grandpa and Grandma return young again. And that because I saw it on TikTok and I was just like, you know what? I need some wholesome anime in my life. This is it. This is my wholesome show for the season. And you can't take that away from me.
I mean, I mean, I can sure as shit say, yeah, but if you want true wholesome, have you considered my personal favourite, Fruits Basket?
No, because it's shit.
I can't believe you hate it so much.
I don't hate it, I just think it's not good.
It's
Actually, no, I just don't think it's that great. That's the better wording. It's the better wording. I think it's fine, it's just not great.
It's mid. Just say it's mid.
Yeah.
I know that's what you want to say.
It's mid. It's mid.
But I mean, past that, I think that's most of the anime, though, that's coming out at the moment that we're kind of hyped for, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing else. It's quite weak.
There's Misfit of Demon King Academy 2 that I'll probably flick over. There's Kaiju number 8 that was relevant 5 years ago.
I have got it on my list to give it a go. Oh, your favourite. That's coming out, isn't it? Dear old Date Alive 5.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Yeah, you should watch Date Alive.
I'll watch Date Alive 5.
Yeah, just skip all 4 seasons. You don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need 4 seasons of this kind of stuff, mate.
There'll just be 20 girls following this fucking white bread man, and you'll go like, what's going on?
No, that's a good
Why are they surrounding themselves with this fucking douchebag?
Is it? Yeah, I forgot that was coming out as well. This, I think that's coming out today, or maybe it came out yesterday, actually. Chilling in another world with level 2 super cheap powers.
Oh, you mean like every other isekai show that's come out for the past 4 years?
I'm gonna give it a go.
I've literally heard this title. I've heard this title so many times, man. I'm so over it. Like normally I would watch it. All right, there are so many shows this season with stupid titles that I would watch. Like I was reincarnated as the 7th prince, so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. Sounds like the most utter trash ever, and I would watch it. But my brain has become matured, and I'm over that silly young boy crap.
Whereas I am still definitely childish enough to just watch all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to, but it's because it's not dubbed in English, and I was like, I can't be bothered to watch it subbed for just for the sake of it being a bit funny. I was gonna watch the Strongest Tanks Labyrinth raids, the one that's like a tank with a rare 9,999 skill got kicked from the heroes party or whatever it's fucking.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I watched the first like couple episodes of that.
Is it good?
No, because I didn't finish it.
Well, you might have been good, but you might have just, not had the time to finish it. It might be on your list if I've got to pick it back up at some point.
I have it on the tier list, and I will talk about it.
Oh, is it on the tier list?
It's on my tier list, yeah.
Have you added it on? Have you?
Yeah, I have it as my 10 shows that I so-called bunny ears watched.
What else did I watch this season? That's how hard this is getting for you, isn't it?
Well, let's segue into it. Last episode, we said we would do a tier list, and we decided to do it anyway against my better judgment, because, as I said, I have watched, quote-unquote, bunny ears 10 anime this season, and Hugo has watched...
I want to say about the same, to be honest.
Wait, really?
I think, I've watched a fair bit, but, at the same time, I think I've only watched, of a load of things, I've only watched a couple episodes of them, and not actually, put in the time to watch them. I watched, I think, the first episode of Dungeon Meshi, and then kind of just completely forgot to watch the rest.
I've kept the shows that I've started.
I'm I've started a load of them, but I just haven't actually sat through them. I keep meaning to, but there were so many shows, and honestly, I don't think they can all be that good.
Fair enough.
My all-time hated.
Well, I think it's about time we get this started. Did you want to do popularity first, or just start with something?
How about pick one each and just go from there, see where we're putting them?
Alright, I think what I'll do, I'll go I'll start from the bottom and I'll work my way up. So at the very, ironically, at the very bottom is the 9,999 tank who left the heroes party. Yeah, I dropped that shit. So that's all I have to say about that.
See,
I don't know. I think there's another show similar like it called Boffery, which is called Boffery, but it's also called I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense. And that show has 2 seasons, and it's very similar to this, but this one's more fantasy. The other one's an isekai, where this girl puts on a VR headset and goes full defense, but also just has OP offensive abilities, and it's just completely unfair. And I'm like, yeah, this is arse, and I love it. So, and this is similar, but this one also has a bit more of a plot. But I just couldn't stay invested with it, unfortunately.
See, like I said, I didn't watch it mainly because I was like, I can't. Like, I kind of wanted to watch it for the meme of it being like, it's got the fucking longest, most unnecessary name possible, but I just couldn't bring myself really to watch it. It was just, yeah. I was like, if it maybe gets dubbed into English, I'll go through it. But other than that, I was kind of like, I can't be arsed with him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, do you know what, though? I want to go for one of the ones I think was maybe not S tier, but was definitely an A tier for me. Which was, Classroom of the Elite. Like,
yes.
Haven't watched the last episode. Really need to, but
I have watched the last episode.
Of the ones I have watched, I have loved it. Ayano Koji is like, I think, a really good character. Like, I've just enjoyed it. Like, I honestly, when I first started watching the show, because I think I started watching it when they said they were going to do a 3rd season, I was like, you know what, I'll just binge through the first 2 now and see. And I'm glad I did. Like, it is a good show. It is entertaining. Like, the story has kept me like actually engaged, where I feel like I need to pay attention, otherwise I'm going to be lost and confused, which is nice.
Yeah, I feel like from having such a big gap between season 1 and season 2, for have it to just have such an amazing comeback has to be like studied. You know, so many people, I feel like a good chunk of people watched season 1 but didn't want a season 2. They were just like, oh, this is a pretty cool show, I wonder if he'll get a season 2. And then like forever passed and they didn't hear anything. Then season 2 comes out and suddenly everyone is back on this show. This is a show that keeps a fandom for over time. And the fact that we've gotten back-to-back seasons like within a year is extremely impressive for this type of show, because no one heard about this show like a couple years ago. No one was talking about it, and then it just resurfaces and it's just like a pretty well talked about anime now. Like, I really like the story, I really like the plot, I love the characters, and just the whole thing is just such a tightly knit show. I could talk about the show for ages.
That's your next YouTube video idea, then.
Probably not.
I'll
probably just forget about it
until season 4 comes around.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Like,
but I won't get into the last episode because you haven't watched it. But it left me feeling really satisfied with the ending, and I'm really looking forward to season 4 if they decide to do it. It could be alright if they did decide to stop doing it. I would be very upset, but it's understandable.
Yeah.
But I really do hope they do a season 4, because this show has a very big potential of being probably a very top anime for me personally.
But never on the My Anime list.
No, I would give it like a 4 or something.
You're never getting it up there.
I don't know, like if I had to give it a ranking, I would give it an 8 as well, or like an A, because it's a good show. Like, it's a very great show.
Yeah, I mean, I would, I would almost want to give it an S tier of a placement, but I'm like, I think it's just not there. Like, it's right.
There are better shows, I think, this season.
Like, I'm like, I think if it had less to compete with of good shows this season, it might have gotten the S tier from me. But I'm like, there are some shows that are just like, no, they are S tier. I'm sorry, but you don't stand.
If Solo Leveling didn't come out, I would probably put it in S tier.
See,
because Frieren was carried over from 4. So if Solo Leveling didn't come out at the start, and like say for like next season, I would probably put it in S tier. But yeah, like Solo Leveling's just there, and it kind of just overtook the popularity there for a little bit.
Yeah, see, I'd say for me it was probably Mashle. Like, Mashle was definitely for me of those ones. Like, it was like,
Mashle was pretty popular.
I think if you didn't have Mashle and Solo Leveling together, you would have had some other things that probably kind of peaked up into that S tier more. But with those two, like, you're really working against two very good shows.
Yeah, but I think it's a very solid A place. It's probably even like an A+.
Yeah, it might be like my top place for the A tier of anime this season.
Yeah.
Though there have been some good shows.
I guess it's my turn again. Let me just bring back up my fucking live chart, because I have forgotten what the hell the show was called. Alright. So the show is called My Instant Death Ability is So Overpowered No One in This Other World Stands a Chance Against Me. I watched one episode of this, and it was fucking awful. But the thing that surprises me the most is that I saw this on January 5th, and I still remember how that first episode went.
So, I mean, you're saying pretty good for that part then, or
No, it was awful. It was so bad that it's ingrained into my brain.
I'm like trying to spot which one it is. Oh, it's that one, isn't it?
Basically what happens, this guy, I don't know, it's very undetermined. This guy, he has a fucking ability that fucking kills anyone. But he has it in the real world. But then they get isekai'd, and this like magical goddess comes along, and they go like, oh yeah, you guys all have potential, but you guys don't, and he's one of them. And then they're left behind the school bus while the others explore this mystical land and all that jazz. Then a dragon comes along and kills like 2 of them. Like, you see it, full on blood, girls split in half and all that jazz. And the cute little kawaii girl who should be shitting herself and pissing her pants is just completely unfazed. She's just like, oh no. Anyway, are you gonna do something about it? And then he kills the dragon, and yeah, that was about episode 1.
See,
I'm not exaggerating. That's exactly how it goes.
I get the feeling I can tell why you stopped watching after the first step.
It was such a roller coaster of shit just happened because it happened. It was just hurt my brain.
I mean, yeah, I can see why with that being like the first episode, and if it's lodged in your memory that well.
Yeah, it's just, don't watch it. It's shit.
Just avoid it.
I was almost not going to talk about it, but I was just like, oh yeah, I did watch it.
I mean, see, I didn't. I think I put it on my list to watch, and then I was like, actually, nah. I was like, if I get round to it, I'll get round to it. But for now, like, I think I kind of like picked my six like shows. I was like, these are the ones I'm gonna make sure I sit through till the end. I'm gonna see them. Oh, and then I think I dropped one of them, because he sucks. And but yeah, no. I mean, I want to go though for like, if I was gonna do the next one, I'd say wrong way to use healing magic.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to put it down at like my at my C tier if it could be better.
Yeah, I've got it in C.
Like, yeah, I was kind of like, it was alright. It had moments that were
I know.
decent.
Before that we joked about mid shows and stuff. This is a mid show. Like, it's good in the moment. Like, I like it in the moment, but the next day I don't remember any of it. It's like a fever dream.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm like, it could have been. I'm like, it's just probably a bit below what I'd call mid, really, for that reason. Plus, like, the way the last couple episodes went, I was like, I don't know. I don't get why a load of shows have been doing this recently, where they pretty much want to end on anything bar a good cliffhanger to make me come back for the next season.
Yeah,
like that's my issue with a load of them. It's like you're not giving me a reason to want to even come back. Like, yeah, you're setting up story, but I'm like, but there's nothing that makes me.
There's no point in introducing like a new threat or something, and not having it be compelling in any way possible.
Yeah,
because let's be honest, you don't remember these characters at all. Like, I don't even remember them. And you can't keep an audience that way. You need to actually have the show to be good and then have that payoff at some point throughout the show. It doesn't even have to be at the end. Heck, it could be at the fucking beginning. You could have the overall bad guy at the beginning, like most shows do. Because it doesn't. I don't like it. A lot of anime do it, and it never works out for them.
Yeah, it is a shame though. Like, I think
this is a shame.
I like the concept.
Yeah, because I don't really have a good rep when it comes to shows about healers getting all powerful and stuff. Been kind of burned on that one. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
I don't think so.
That's probably a good thing. For the people that do know, shout out to you guys. I will not go into it. Yeah, like the concept alone is good, it being an isekai and then, getting transported to another world, but you're not supposed to be here, but it turns out you have a super magical secret ability that can be beneficial to the party. Good on you, man.
It's like, thank God you accidentally stumbled into it.
Yeah, no, otherwise we'd all be dead,
I think that's kind of why, like, I liked that show, like, what was it, Handyman in Another World?
Yeah,
like,
the show literally called Handyman in Another World.
Yeah, like, I think like that's why I liked it comparatively for like isekai type stuff, because I was like, at least in this one, you've kind of given me a good idea. You're like, what happens if just a general handyman ended up in like a dungeon crawler kind of world and had to get on with it? And it's like, he has no powers, nothing special about him. He's just your general handyman. Can pick a lock, can like mend armor because he's got some like basic understanding of metalworking and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, that good kind of show. Whereas like with isekai that's all power, it's just like, you're just repeating the same shit over and over.
I don't know. I kind of just don't like isekai anymore. Because everything has to fall under a gimmick. Some guy has to be a handyman. Some guy knows how to run a nonsense. Some guy coincidentally is overpowered and has this really shitty ability that just fucks with everyone else. And, it's just... it's so desensitized. The entire genre is so desensitized. And there are some good ones in there, Mushoku Tensei, Slime, Overlord. All of them are good isekai shows. But even they suffer from bad overgeneralization. And it's pretty unfortunate that the whole genre has become shit because SEO started it. And plainly just ruined it.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, one issue really for isekai at the moment as well is things like Mushoku Tensei, which have kind of come along and shown you how it's meant to be done. And in doing that, I think it's like where you probably could have switched off a lot easier and let the brain rot set in for an isekai. It's like, now you can't. You know what an isekai should be. It should be good. I should be engaged with this. I should want to know how this world works.
Yeah, because in theory, isekai is the most like drawn genre. It's the one that you invest the most in because it's about someone going to a different world. It's about someone experiencing an entirely different culture, ecosystem, and people, and it should be the most entertaining and intriguing shows out there, but it just becomes shit and slob.
Yeah. It's just this.
It's like if someone. This is like what happened when someone founded McDonald's, but now McDonald's is just everywhere, and people just still eat McDonald's, and they just can't stop eating it. And they know it's bad, but they still keep eating it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It is just like it's become just such a standard thing that we all just kind of let happen, and really the community has got to turn around and say, "Nah, boys, you got to stop. Like anything else, stop making fucking isekai." We're allowed other genres.
Speaking of isekai, I know that there's one show that you'd want to talk about, and that's Moonlit Fantasy.
Alright, so Moonlit Fantasy dropped, and then double dropped. It's the fucking second season just felt like such a letdown. If I can only make it, like, I watched the whole first season, loved it, but for some reason, don't know what it is, I feel like maybe I need to try and give it another go, but I just can't bring myself to do it, because by episode 4, I just couldn't fucking do it anymore. I was like, I couldn't even turn my head off to it. I was like, nope, this is just so shit. Disengaging.
I think the thing that really put me off it is that it's formatted differently than how I thought it would be. Because at the end of season 1, we're told that there's more heroes out there. I'm just like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then season 2 decides to backtrack and then give us like the whole story leading up to these heroes to the present. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But it results in a very confusing dilemma because it keeps flashing forward to the present and I don't know which one is which, and they're not very clear about it, and it's kind of annoying.
So it sounds like I made the right choice in fucking dropping it.
Yeah.
There you go. To anyone who was considering watching it, watch the first season, leave it after that.
Yeah, first season is really good. It gets surprisingly dark at one point. I'm just like, okay. Edge level just got turned up to 11. I'm digging this. Yeah, it was pretty good. And then this season I had such high hopes for, and it just kind of let me down.
Do you know what? As I'm like thinking about it, part of me's like, I think honestly, Tsukimichi just gives me such like Konosuba vibes as a show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it's not as good as Konosuba, so why am I watching just B-Tech Konosuba?
Yeah, I felt like it's trying to be different things at the same time. Like, the first season was actually quite funny, but then it goes edgy, and then it goes back to being funny, and then it goes power fantasy, and then the show ends. So I feel sometimes it feels like there's a bit of an identity crisis. Even with this second season, it felt kind of disjointed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like if they announced like there's going to be a season 3, if this show unfortunately does well enough to earn itself a season 3, I might like try and sit down and force myself to watch it just to give season 3 a chance. But season 3 is going to have some pretty cool trailers and shit for me to be like, you know what, I need to watch that show. That looks good. And I just don't see it.
I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't think it would deserve a second season because I didn't think anyone watched the first season because no one talked about it.
Yeah, I know. It was like a real just barely recognized anime. But like then you find the people who have watched it and loads of people are like, oh, no, it's fucking incredible. Like, you need to watch it. And it's like, again, first season, yeah, sure. Second season, yeah. It can go to hell. It can burn. I'm sorry, but honestly, whoever made it, you should feel ashamed of yourself. This is awful work. Like, who let this happen? Who watched these episodes before they aired and went, yeah, you know what? Seems good to me. Because how? How does it seem good? Oh, they're just so bad. Honestly, I could have quit anime because of this show.
Jesus Christ.
I could have quit anime for this show.
Dear God.
Yeah, no, it just... Honestly, right, if there weren't so many good shows out when Tsukimichi started, I think I would have just had to be like, you know what, I'm taking this season off. I'm gonna rewatch some old classics. I probably would have just, started Dragon Ball through to GT or something like that.
I was just about to say you were going back into your Dragon Ball shell and just go like, I'm going back to peak fiction.
I'm going back to the original. I'd start with Dragon Ball. We'd build the relationship with Krillin. Then we'd go off to Z, save the world a few times. Then we'd fly off to GT, remind ourselves that happened, and then we'd do Super. But fortunately, there were good things around, so I didn't have to rewatch all of fucking Dragon Ball. And then have to figure out why I just rewatched all of Dragon Ball instead of at least trying to start One Piece. But
the anime community took one big giant breath. All right, what's the next one for you?
I would say I want to go with Shangri-La Frontier. And I'm in a 50-50. I feel like it was an A tier, but I do feel like it was very much an S tier. Like, I really enjoyed the show. It felt different to like other shows that are just video games. Like, I like the characters.
I like how we talk about like the desensorization of like isekai, and then we talk about this isekai.
This wasn't S tier isekai. Like, I can't help what good isekai is. It was good isekai. But it is like a really good show, and like I like the world building they've done for it. I like that. I want the next season now. Like, I really want to see what's going to happen, because, and part of me is, I will say there is some reluctance to it in the sense of, I think, they beat Weathermon in it, and it's like 1% of the game story is apparently completed, and I'm like, well, you're not gonna fucking One Piece me here, are you, and do 100 seasons of this shit? So let's not. Let's hope that the next guy they beat, 10% of the world is complete or something, because you can't have 7 big bads and then be like, yeah, but killing one of them only gives you 1% of the answer. Like, fuck me, how much more do you need to give me? But past like,
yeah, but what about all the side quests?
I mean, that's the thing. His entire story is just a giant side quest. Like, that's essentially, like, his story is, like, it's the main quest, I guess, of the game, but, like, the entire point of it is, obviously, it's just, like, this side quest thing that he found that no one else has ever stumbled upon, and therefore, good show, or, like, good shit, he's going to do some cool stuff. And like I said, it is, for the most part, very much entertaining. I think it's one of my favourite shows from this season. But at the same time, like, I am sat there like, I'm hoping that when they bring out the second season, we're going to see like how it wants to progress, and that will kind of tell me whether or not this is going to be one of those shows that I'm like, nah, this is one of my personal top 10, or if it's going to be like a top 50. Like, watch it, but it's a bit long. Don't waste all your life watching it, kind of thing. Like, that's what I'm most skeptical about now with it.
Right.
But yeah, no, I do think it is probably like an S tier for me this season. Like, Sunraku is a good character. It has been just entertaining to watch. I've been excited for every episode every week, so I want to say it's an S tier for me.
Yeah, it does sound really good, and I do. Sometimes I kind of kick myself in the back, going like, "Why didn't I start this show, man? Like, everyone talking about it, everyone thinks it's cool, and I'm just the one guy." I'm like, yeah, nah.
I didn't watch.
Gonna skip. No, I didn't watch it.
Just thought I'd leave that
But
one.
yeah, but that's good. That gives me a lot of hope of someday watching it.
Oh yeah, no, like if you do find yourself with the time to watch it, I would say like it is worth the watch because it could be up there for you. Like it's nice. It's not like the murder death game of SAO and all that, where it's like you die here, you die in the real world. Like no, he dies all the fucking time. It's kind of funny because it's like that's kind of what gives it a bit of character, is that like the characters in the game don't seem to really take note of the fact he dies. He just reappears and they're like, oh, you're safe, it's okay. And it's like, but did you die? And it's like, oh, they will be like, oh, you died again, didn't you? But it's so nonchalant because they just know. He's like, oh, he's coming back, it don't matter.
it's like, hey, you're back.
Yeah, and it's like, it's kind of funny, like, the characters in it that are meant to be like game NPCs, and they are these intelligent, like the whole point is they're these intelligent AI systems that like know how to respond to you properly and all that. And I'm like, I like it. It's funny, it's entertaining. Like, give it a watch if you've got the time for it. I would say it's definitely up there for this season.
Nice. Well, I think I'll talk about technically an isekai. I mean, it's technically an isekai, but a show called Shane Soldier. And I talked about it in, I think, episode 2 when it finished. Yeah, it was a show. That's all I can say, really.
Just a show.
Got some action. Yeah, it was just a show. Some questionable 3D animation, you know. Some very questionable 2D animation too. Some very nice 2D animation, and then some very, very, very nice 2D animation. Yeah, I'd probably put it in a C. It just, even calling this an isekai is a bit of a stretch, but it technically is another world. It's also quite weird because I didn't mind the show, but I also didn't like the show either. It was very weird, but it was also extremely horny, and I'm always on that shit, so you know, it wasn't too bad.
I don't mind a bit of like the ecchi, horny shit, but like at the same time, I'm like, too much of it does kind of just make a show so meh.
There is definitely too much ecchi in this show. There is too much. Because, I mean, technically it's part of the plot. Technically. Like, you know, this girl has the power to fucking make slaves like super powerful, but in return, she has to serve them, and coincidentally serving this young prepubescent man is in a very horny way. And I'm like, dude, no way. How another ecchi show, man? Whoa, damn. But yeah, I mean, it's original, I'll give it that, but I don't think I can give it a B, unfortunately. I don't think it's that good.
I mean, that sounds fair enough. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the curse though of like a load of shows like that, is that they kind of overfill it with the ecchi stuff, and then you're like, you've dragged yourself down. Like if you had done a bit more to the world and whatnot, and a little less to your tits, I'd probably have been into it.
I mean, the tits don't even take too much of the time. It's just like, the world is really interesting. Like, it's basically like, women have like really
really
I was
big
about to
tits.
say something really bad. Yeah, no. I was gonna, what I was trying to say is that women just have like special powers and none of the men do, and men are quite undervalued in this world. But this guy wants to be a hero and, you know, save everyone and do his role and stuff.
Oh, so it's just another man trying to oppress women. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Sounds like my kind of show. Might actually have to put that up in the A tier.
No. But yeah, it's just, sometimes it has pretty good themes of this guy trying to make up for all the qualities that he's lacking in. Like he kind of has all the good qualities that like you look for in a woman. Like he's good at cleaning and all that jazz, cooking and all that. but he also wants to be strong and capable because all the other women are just like really strong and powerful and all that. So, you know, sometimes it's got me like going like, oh, this is quite interesting. And then it just throws a couple of tits in my face and I'm like, oh, this is the show I'm watching. Right.
See, so I'd say that makes it sound quite similar to my probably I want to say B would be, which is Hokkaido Girls.
No.
No,
I'm gonna have to give that one a C too.
Oh, see, I don't know. Maybe it's just I've enjoyed watching Hokkaido Girls a little too much. I think part of it is like if you've been watching the sub or the dub.
I've been watching the sub.
Okay, watch the dub, and it is honestly, I think part of it is I can't get over the fact that like every character barring the main one literally has or the main lad literally has like a Canadian accent in the dub.
What?
Just like they're all like fucking Canadian or something, or like fucking from Wisconsin, like some proper North American like area with that heavy accent. And I'm like, is this how they wanted to describe Hokkaido to the rest of the world? They were like, yeah, it's like imagine you travel all the way north of Japan or whatever, Canada. And it's like, it's just like going to Canada. I'm like, I think you're still in Japan in this situation though, right? It's not a different country. It's just a different region.
Hokkaido's just Japan. Hokkaido's just Canada's USA.
Oh yeah, no, like that's it. It's like Hokkaido, in my opinion, now is just like the fucking Canada of Japan.
I mean, they're not wrong.
But that's what I mean. Is like because like all the characters seem to be like Canadian voice actors, barring the like main lad. It's just one of those where like everything they say is in a Canadian accent, and it kind of ruins it for me in the sense of I can't stop fixating on the accent, but I can't stop fixating on it because I'm like, it's just funny to think. I'm like, they went with, well, so Hokkaido's got snow, right? It's like, well, we record this out in LA. We don't have snow. I guess we'll have to just say it's Canada. And it's like, is that what we did here? Did we just sit here with, well, it has snow, so it has to be like Canada? It's like, it's still...
This is like if, like, everyone else was, like, British, and then, like, they go up to Hokkaido, and then everyone's Irish.
Or Scottish. Like, yeah, that's the Scottish thing, though. Is like, it's just one of those where it's like, they've just picked, like, the most random voices to kind of follow through with it. And I'm like, okay, I guess. But it makes it so much funnier. Like, just watching it with all these, like, Canadian accents and then your one main character. And it's just like, yeah, no, this is quite funny.
Where the hell did I end up?
It's like, it's not cold. It's not that cold, don't you know? And all that kind of shit. And you're like, Jesus Christ. It's like, you really want to hammer home, like, no, guys, it's just like being in Canada.
But yeah, like, going back to the show... These, like, harem romance shows, I love them. You know, they're really good. I fucking love them to bits. I've talked about, debatably, the best harem show out there. This one just does not do it for me. And I don't really know why. It doesn't... There's not a huge focus on the romance. It's more like experiences with these girls. And it's just, yeah, that's like alright, but I wish, I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit too desensitized by this whole genre.
You just kind of wish it was more
that voice crack.
Do you wish it was more like Rent a Girlfriend? Is that what you're saying? Like,
no, God no, fuck off. I just wish, like, because I watched bottom tier Tomozaki like today, and I just want these relationships to progress. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck about the journey anymore. I want these guys fucking now, and I'm over this hand holding bullshit. I swear to God. It doesn't even end. It doesn't even end in like a fulfilling way. Like, they're all basically in the same spot, but he's just like, oh, I'm so glad that I went to Hokkaido because these gals are just awesome. I'm like, yeah, I'm awesome too. So are you gonna root them or what? Like, come on, man.
Give them the old root and boot. To be fair, I get
this
what
makes
you
me
mean,
sound
though,
like
yeah.
such a dick. This makes me sound like such a dick, but I've seen so many romance shows that I'm just over it.
Yeah,
I'm
I get
so
what you mean.
over it.
Like, I think that's why, like, for me, I think that's why I keep Fruits Basket at quite a high, because I'm like, that was one of the earlier romances I watched, so I'm like, I like it because it was in early days, and it's like, now I don't like them as much all the time, because I'm like, they're one in the same. It's always just, I held her hand, and it's like, alright, you're fucking neat. Okay, I get it, right? This is the first time you've spoken to a woman, but calm your shit down, alright? Because you got a rager on and it's not helping you here. Like, I don't get why they can't at least progress the story a bit. Like, once they've held hands, alright, we'll now progress on. We don't need to hold hands 10 more times.
Yeah, there was this, I didn't have this problem with romance for a majority of shows. But then I think it was in 2021 or 2022 where a certain show came out called Shikimori's Not Just My Cutie. And it's basically this girl who's just like super fucking cool and is just like better in every way than her boyfriend. And they're already together, keep in mind. But this fucking beta shithead, I just could not bother like getting interested in his character. His character was so fucking annoying and I hated it I didn't even finish it. I watched it from the start and I was just like, yeah, I fucking hate this shit. And then I saw the ending on Twitter or something and I'm just like, wow, they finally kissed, but they were already together, so it took 12 episodes for them to kiss properly and I'm just over it. It was so bad. I did not like it at all. And it just completely ruined the genre for me.
Yeah, I can see what you mean with it.
Like, but that doesn't mean that I don't like romance shows. There's such good romance shows out there. Like, even I'm gonna praise it. Fruits Basket is a very good romance story. I really like it as a romance story.
I mean, I would say possibly the best romance story, but
but that is debatable. But there's just so much other good shows out there that just do emotions so much better than this show, and having it been in Hokkaido is just a gimmick, and I've seen straight through it, and it just does not do it for me.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah. But yeah, don't get me wrong. These gals are cute. Alright, I like them. I like their character design, despite the fact that the blonde one looks like a gender bent Boruto.
I get what you mean, and I've not even watched Boruto.
Well, she wears like the same jumper and everything. That's what drew me to it. I'm just like, wait a minute.
It's like Boruto with
I've
tits.
seen this somewhere else.
Yeah. Like I said, for me, it's probably a B, but I think the dub has helped it in just. I think it would have been a C if it wasn't for the Canadian accents that just constantly made me fucking kind of want to giggle. I'm just childish.
You like shows for completely different reasons than me.
Like, I think part of it is I like anything that makes me like chuckle away to myself, and I'm like, yeah, that was some funny shit. That kind of does get a bit of a higher ranking from me.
Yeah.
I'm pleased simply, I guess. That's what we could say.
Anyway, let's get on to bottom tier Tomozaki, because that one is a B show for me. I think I really like this show. Have you watched bottom tier character Tomozaki?
I think I watched like the first episode of it, and then completely forgot to carry on watching it.
Yeah, did you watch season 1?
I think I've watched season 1. I think I watched it, but a while ago. I don't even know if I put it on my anime list because of it.
Yeah, I didn't see it. But I was not originally gonna watch season 1 when it came out because it didn't really look like my cup of tea. But then a lot of people started talking about it, and it got me very interested. So I watched it. I'm like, okay, I fuck with this. This guy's using video game concepts to get ahead in life, and I'm like, you know what? That's kind of smart. That's kind of gigabrain. And then this one expands on that a lot more. I will say, it could potentially be an A, but I think it's a bit of a slog. Like, it's very dialogue heavy. You could probably do a podcast out of it. Yeah, and especially with this season, it can be quite confusing at some points. I know at some points I was confused with what was happening. But it was, yeah, I still enjoyed it. But it was the last couple of episodes that kind of got me a bit angry. I'm not sure if you want me to spoil it, whether or not. Because I don't know if you want to watch it.
Nah, go for it.
So, spoiler warning. I'm going to give you 3 seconds. 3,
we'll
2,
put a timestamp somewhere.
1. I'm fucking mad that he didn't end up with the girl that I thought he would end up with. Because I'll just say it. The blue-haired girl, Minami, or whatever her name is, their duo together is fucking phenomenal. They have such great chemistry together. And I thought, yeah, this is where it's going. They focused the fuck out of her in the first season. You know, we got the fucking build-up of her character, why she is so, like, outgoing and tries to do her best and stuff. We had fucking motivation. Everything. Fucking bombshell drops this season. She's not the one. And I'm distraught. I'm fucking distraught. I'm so angry, man. I fucking watched that episode and I'm just searing in pain where I'm just like, no. Fucking no. It was it. You had everything. And then you go to the white girl and I'm just depressed. I'm so... But I did like the white hair girl. I thought she was nice. You know, she's probably top 2 pick, I reckon. But I'm so fucking mad over that.
Like, I invested a lot of time and energy into that fucking shipping shit, and I shipped the wrong ones.
I was gonna say, my ship was pretty fully built, and then you've just brought in a tank and fucking ruined it.
Someone pulled the wind right out of that ship's sails, didn't it?
Yeah, it's just completely shipped off, and it did not bring me along, and I'm very mad.
Yours was the fucking Titanic by the sounds of it then.
Dude, that fucking iceberg, holy shit.
That white-haired bitch was the iceberg you had to deal with.
But yeah, I do think it does a good job of continuing from season 1. I still really like the concept of the whole show, you know, using game mechanics to real life advantages and all that jazz. I do like how they could have easily gone with the girl that helped him become more popular, because that would have been the lazy choice, I think, and the most easiest choice, but they went in a different direction and decided to, you know, explore their options and stuff, which I thought is good. So I think it's a very good, solid B-tier show.
That's fair. Like, because I haven't watched it, I don't think I'm able to give it the B tier. Unfortunately, I think I'd have to go with Dinny Watch, but still better than Super Michi, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at my list now. I'm just like, yeah, this is good. This is good. There is one more show that I thought I would bring up quickly before we go on to the 2 gigachads at the very bottom, and that's Undead Unluck. I'm not sure if you've watched it.
No, I haven't.
No, this was a show that I wasn't originally going to watch, and then I did, but I didn't finish it. I think I stopped around episode 6 or 7. And it's quite unfortunate because I really did like that show, but I just couldn't be bothered watching the rest of it because it had such a cool premise. Like, a bunch of people having such weird... It's basically quirks. Like, they all have some weird quirks. This guy just cannot die. This girl touches people, and forever how long she touches them, more bad luck comes her way to that person, and they eventually die. But for him, since he can't die, they make the best duo ever, and I love their chemistry. But unfortunately, I did drop it, and I don't think I will pick it back up again.
That's, I mean, fair enough, but what a shame if you got halfway through.
No, there's 24 episodes.
Oh shit, yeah, no, fuck that then. Don't pick that back up. There's better stuff to watch for 24 episodes.
I was considering finishing it because it was just like, you know what, that's not going to be that long. And then I checked it and it's just like, still got another 24 episodes. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Fuck that. Yeah, no.
See.
But yeah, it's unfortunate.
I'm gonna quickly throw in one because I just realised it's not actually on the list, so I've added it in real quick. So I just want to quickly cover this one because I know it's not on your list, but I also know you haven't watched it, which is
right.
Blue Exorcist. For me, deserves to be it's a B tier for me. As much as I enjoyed it, like, because it's going to be too core, I gotta wait for the next part of this, and it's like they've done all the building work for the next part of the season now, so I'm like, cool, next like 12 episodes, they're gonna be awesome, but I'm like, for now it's kind of mid. Like, it's a real, I loved it, I enjoyed it, but it is still a mid part of the anime. Like, the next season will be where it gets real fucking amazing for me again. But again, I know you haven't watched it because you don't like it that much.
Because I don't want to watch fucking 3 seasons just to catch up on it.
You don't have to watch 3 seasons. Like
I know,
said, just skip
I can
the
only
whole
watch
second.
season
It's
1.
Pointless. But they do
maybe I
some
will.
season 2 stuff in that. But again, it's all fucking pointless. But no, but I think we need to talk about one of the big powerhouses for this season, which is...
Yeah, and you can choose.
I'd like to talk about Frieren first.
Right.
For me, Frieren was, I think, of the, like, big 3 for me. Of them, like, it was probably my 3rd place. Like, I have really loved it. It was a good show. And I look forward to whatever comes next. But of Mashle and Solo and Frieren, I just don't think it did as well as those 2.
Really?
Yeah, like I said, it's still up there. I'd still put it S tier, but it's just one of those where I feel like, but Solo and Mashle definitely were, for me at least. I think I liked them more.
That's quite interesting because I think Frieren was my favorite of the whole season. I like Solo. Solo is my 2nd place, and Mashle is in my F tier. But yeah, I.
What? What did you just say?
It's in my not watch, guys. Just relax, all right? Just chill out. I could create just another tier and put Mashle in it. And put
just,
it in
just my E tier, which is Mashle.
But yeah, I don't know. It was something about Frieren that, I don't know. It literally awakened my love for isekai again, because now I'm in a bit of a predicament. I've got Slime, I've got Mushoku Tensei, and now I have Frieren. I think Frieren is, like, just the best fantasy, because just nothing else compares to it. There is no other story, period, that can be on Frieren's level. I've never seen such a show go into such detail in a world with characters, with fucking world building, with motivations, plot, everything was great about this show. I loved everything. There was not an episode where I didn't want to click off it. There wasn't like a frame at any point where I went like, oh, that's kind of weird. I don't really want to watch this anymore. Everything just felt like it felt like the entire package. And I just don't get this feeling from anime anymore, I feel like there's always something that I can nitpick in Slime, Mushoku Tensei, fucking anything, like even Classroom of the Elite, some scenes kind of felt like too long or whatever. Yeah. But everything felt so natural in Frieren, and I just love it for that.
No, I get that. And like I said, it is an S tier. I think just for me, I don't know what it is. I think part of it might just be... Part of me is like, I think it might just be the way it ended. That just, like... I think my want for more has made it where, like... I kind of resent it a bit.
I don't know.
Like, I got 28 episodes, which is already a lot of episodes for any show. And I'm like, look, if you could have done 28, why not just 50 fucking 2? Why not just do, like, a full year's worth of weekly releases? Just back yourselves. Do it, you know? Give me what I want.
I don't know, but then the quality would dip.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware, but, you know, I want it.
I don't know. From the last episode when we talked about the final episode, my opinion has kind of changed on it because I've rethought about how that show ended. And it kind of made sense. Because they talk about how it's silly to cry over something that you're going to see again anyways.
Yeah.
Because that was like the final message. And that's sort of hinting that there is going to be more.
Yeah, well,
I know at the end that they said...
So they have confirmed production for the next bit, haven't they?
Yeah, no, they said that the journey will continue and all that at the end. But it's kind of nonchalantly telling us that there will be more.
Yeah.
It's telling us that the journey is not over. Which I think is kind of a cool way to end a show. I really like it. Because it's good for within the show. Because it's relevant to what they were talking about and all that. But then it's also relevant for the watcher as well. Because it's just like, you've enjoyed the time that you've had here. And there's no point in crying that it's over because there's going to be more.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of stupid thinking about that, but
no, I get it.
I do like, yeah. But I think the thing that I like the most about the show is just the themes, Hugo, the themes.
Like I said, it is a good show. Like, it has been one of my favorites, but it is just one of those where I think I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that makes me just not like it more than Solo Leveling. Like,
I don't know. I feel like there's an argument out there that Solo Leveling is not for everyone, you know? Because, you know, it's like...
Yeah, and it sucks to be the people it's not for.
I know, like... But I feel like if I put in the time, if I put in a detailed deconstruction of this anime, I could make anyone like Frieren. Genuinely.
I mean, I think that might also be part of the issue then for me, is like maybe the broad appeal of it is what kind of makes me less on it. Like, maybe there's just something lacking from something that could so easily appeal to so many people. I'm like, maybe it's just lacking a bit of definition somewhere or something that just makes me be like, yeah, nah, that's the best show. Like I said, it is up there, and it's definitely, like, for my anime list, it belongs in the top 10 position for sure. I mean, still not better than Brotherhood, but Peak Fiction's Peak
yeah,
Fiction.
I mean, the number one position is always going to be a bit antsy on a topic.
But, like, I think it is good, and it was, but there's just... I think it was just one of those where it's like, it's good, I liked it, I'd watch it again, I think anyone could enjoy it, but there's something just... about it that just didn't peak out for me. I think maybe like because even the fight scenes were incredible in Frieren.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know if I preferred watching them over like Solo Leveling's fight scenes.
I don't know, because there's shows on here, like, let's take Classroom of the Elite, for example. It's a really good show, and it has a lot of really good stuff in it. I like the fucking, like, all the plot lines in that show. I like how it ends, all that jazz. It's not a show that I'm gonna go back and watch. Frieren, in like 2 years' time, I'm going to go back and watch.
I was going to say, give me like a year until the second season is due to come out, and I'll probably rewatch the whole fucking show again anyway.
Yeah, or like even a year.
Yeah.
I would probably watch it if it got announced like fall of 2025 or something. I would probably rewatch Frieren. If Classroom of the Elite Season 4 got announced for the same time, fall 2025, I will not go back and rewatch Season 3. But I will go back because Frieren deserves it, to be honest. It deserves it so much, and I think it's my favourite show from this season.
I mean, that's fair enough. So we've got your number one for the season.
I'm assuming that Solo Leveling is your number 2.
I honestly would have to say it might be my number 1.
Really?
It might be like my number 1. At least like the way I'm thinking about it and the way I've been like enjoying it. I think I've rewatched Solo Leveling quite a lot this season because I have just really liked it. Like,
yeah,
it's hard.
I really liked it.
It's hard to kind of, I think it's hard to pick out of Solo Leveling and Mashle for me. Like, I have enjoyed both those shows so much. Like, I have been so into them that it's really sad and weeby, but it's one of those where it's like, I like both of them for very different reasons as number 1 kind of shows for me this season, whereas like for me, Solo Leveling is, weirdly, it's almost the same thing that puts them up there, but it's like for me, Solo Leveling is an incredible action, like an action anime where you get some really awesome fight scenes. I like the concept of like some of the powers and whatnot in it. I like the whole, like, he goes off into his own unique dungeons and fucking, like, when he had to fight, what's it called, the Hellhound, and fucking when he's gone to fight the army of 1,000 soldiers and everything, like, that is so good. And, like, I think with the last episode of Rise, where it's, like, when I think his speech to Igris really, like, fucking struck a chord with me as I was watching it. I was like, you're goddamn right, get that man back up and get him in your fucking army. Like, I am on your side. I'd rise for you kind of thing. Like, I really liked that scene, and I think it was like one of those where it's like it was a good kind of scene to like end everything on, essentially. So I think that's kind of part of it. Is like it's left me so excited for what's to come, and like I have already heard a load about how ridiculously like powerful he essentially becomes, especially with like his army of the undead. But it's just one of those where I'm like, I think it just left me wanting more Solo Leveling, whereas like Frieren left me feeling quite complete with the end of the series, and I'm like, cool, I'm happy. Like, everything was tied up nicely, we're gonna go off, they can start again later. Like, that show made me go like, no, you can't fucking end now, I need more of this.
That is true. I went I think it was like episode 9 of Solo Leveling. Ended off before that going into the dungeon. I'm like, no, I need to know what happens. And then I read on for a little bit, and I thought I stopped it at the right point, but I did not. So now I've got a bit more leeway, and I can confirm. I think it's alright how Solo Leveling ended. I think it was a good ending because essentially what happens straight after is just him exiting. And then just going about his day and then going to another raid afterwards, which I'll stop there for now. But yeah, I get that feeling about Frieren with you, but it's also kind of the opposite. Like, I know that it left me feeling like, you know, like the journey, like it felt really fulfilling, and like I've had my dose of Frieren, but it felt a bit more contempt. Like, I didn't feel like I know that I didn't need more, but I also still wanted more. But I didn't need it. For solo leveling, I needed it more. But I still think it's alright to leave Frieren on that pedestal. I still think solo leveling's good, and I'm glad that I read on, but I still can't touch that pedestal on Frieren.
I mean, I get that. Like, that makes sense, but yeah, I think for me, part of it is that the want for more makes me like the show more, because I'm like, look, if you've left me going with, oh shit, I need more of this as soon as possible, please. I'm like, it just feels like a better show.
Yeah, I really like the character of what's his face, Jinwoo or whatever.
Genie.
I really like how he develops over this such short time. His edginess, I feel like it's starting to rub off a little bit. Like, it's still really cool, like what he does, but it's, I don't know, it's on like a fine line. Like, it's like one cringy line away from me going like, nah, this show's stupid. This character is dumb. But I'll still watch it.
See, I think for me, part of it is because he's not like, he's overpowered, but he's not overpowered. Where, like, he's always just a little too strong.
He's overpowered for his level.
Yeah.
You know, like, because at the end of it, he's basically probably like high A, low S rank, I would assume, because he beats a B ranker, so he's A level.
No,
but then he
I think that's
like
when he's
levels up to necromancer.
When he's.
Oh no, he beat a. Yeah.
I was gonna say, when he beats the B ranker, I think he considers he's still lower than A rank. Or like the A rank at least.
Yeah, maybe he feels like he's more of a B rank.
So like he's probably high B, teetering towards the A. I'd assume with Egress, like beating Egress probably puts him at like now the mid to high A range.
But he also got his role. And then also granted him like more shit.
Yeah, that too. So like he's probably now like a S rank hunter. And I think, to be fair as well, the whole like they've shown that the fucking creatures from the gates on the island are like evolving and able to fly, and like the ants are now becoming flying ants and shit like that. And it's, I think that's left me kind of hyped as well for it, where I'm like, oh shit, what are we gonna see now?
I've never been so hyped over ants.
I've never been so happy to see flying ants, you know? Usually it's the summer and
it's
I want them dead, but I was like, this looks cool.
But yeah, I really, solo leveling, really good. I really want a second season of it. I really want a second season of Frieren. I really want a fourth season of Classroom in Elite. I would accept a third season of Tomozaki, but that is the bar.
See? Whereas, like, I'm hyped because we've got me number 2 coming out, which is Mashle. Which I'm hyped for it. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said before, the last episode was a bit of a bitch episode for me. Whereas, like, it did feel more like the next season's first episode. Like, here's Mash, a bit of a dumbass, but he did beat a really cool, powerful thing last season. But I think almost if you ignored that last episode like I do and pretend it just doesn't exist, then it is worthy of its second place for sure. Because, like, it is, I think part of it is it's funny as hell. Like, Mashle is just so funny. Like, I don't think a single episode has failed to make me laugh. Like, because he's a blunt, straight to it dude, no magical power, but does all this incredible shit. And, like, it's just so good to watch. Like, it's watching Harry Potter with a muggle saying, yeah, but I can do that with my bare hands. Why do you need the wand? And then he's just so OP as well. It's funny. Like, because you've not watched it, but there's like a scene where he has to pull this giant Goliath creature, essentially, with a chain, and he just slings it through like 6 mountains, using nothing but his muscles. And like, I will say as well,
I think you just want to watch Dragon Ball.
I want more like Dragon Ball.
That's basically what you're describing me. Because remember when fucking Vegeta just fucking punched Broly through like 6 mountains?
Alright, maybe Dragon Ball has a big influence over the shit I like.
No. You? No.
No, could never. Diamond's still going to be S-rated regardless, but that's not the point. But like, yeah, no, it's just, I think maybe it is partially just, it gives me that little like nostalgia flick of Dragon Ball, and I fucking love it. But like, even the scene where he does it though is actually quite an emotional scene where like everyone, like, they literally make the point, he's got no magic, he doesn't deserve to live, because obviously this is like Nazi Germany with wands. And they're like, well, does he really deserve to live if he can't use magic? Like, his life is worthless, blah, blah, blah. And then someone just goes with, does it really matter? Like, as he's pulling this thing, he's like, does it really matter? Like, he's about to save us. And they watch it, and you get all of these people slowly chanting, like, come buddy, and it's all that, and you're just like, oh, it's a nice scene. Again, like, if that was kind of like your last scene of, like, the last part of the show, I think it would have been, like, so much better. But it is still just, it was just such a good show. It made me want to cry a little bit. I was like, you're damn right, the little fucking muggle boy's good. He's the main character. And also, to be fair, there is the character Dot, who, like, when he is first introduced, I love him because he literally walks around monologuing to himself in his head, being like, I'm the main character of this whole thing. And I'm like, I like him. I like him because every time he sees Mash do something, he's like, maybe I'm not the main character. And you're like, yeah, sorry to break the news to you, buddy, but you're like character number 6.
You know, like, not even on my first hand.
Yeah, but it is a good show, and I do think it is worthy of S tier for sure. And like, it can only really get better from here as well.
That's good, because Marshall. Everyone talked about Marshall when it came out, and I was just like, yeah, looks cool. I'll give it a watch eventually. And then I talked about this before. It just kept coming out, and now I'll eventually watch it, but then season 3 will come out, and then I won't watch it because season 3 is going to come out.
Yeah, I get it. But you gotta watch it before season 3 comes out, honestly. It is. Like, there are some scenes that are just like this ridiculously funny, like, just these stupidly funny moments, where it is just kind of like the moment where, like, pure brain rot just gets fucking thrown at you, like, hey, for a second, just fucking think how dumb this is, and you're like, yeah, no, I love it, like, God, I love it. Just keep feeding me all of this junk, like. This is honestly, like, Mashle is like my super size me. Like, just keep feeding me more Mashle. I don't care if it's unhealthy for me. I don't care if I get fat. Just keep giving me this good shit. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, is there anything else that you've watched this season, or have you pretty much watched just those shows?
No, I think that's about it. I don't think there's... Oh, wait. Hold on. What's this last show? Oh, my gosh. It's One Piece. It's at the very bottom. And now it's at the very top.
It's fucking One Piece on here, for fuck's sake.
No, I put it on there.
For fuck's sake. I mean, it did come out this season. I can't argue that.
Oh, man.
What's it on now?
Yeah,
episode 1200?
No, we're on episode 1100.
Oh my god.
And it only just keeps getting better, man. A fight that happened literally like 800 episodes ago is now having a rematch. And I'm like, yes. I'm fucking on this shit, man. Dude, You need to watch it.
It's an 800 episode.
You need it.
Wait between like 2 fights.
I don't give a fuck. I need someone to talk to about the show, man. It's so good.
Honestly, like I think about it every so often, and it's like when I rewatched all of Super the other week, I did get through like 156 episodes in about 8
That's
days.
156
and I was like,
episodes. Oh my god.
Yeah, and I think like I got through all of that, and then I was there like, oh, he's gonna be so pissed because that's like a 10th of One Piece, which means I could probably watch One Piece and be up to date within 3 months if I just casually viewed it.
Yes, you could just flick it on,
But
and then you get
then I'd
invested
have to watch
into it.
One Piece.
Exactly, that's the point.
Because I'll just wait for them to make One Piece Kai. It'll be fine.
No, One Piece Kai will take too long to make.
It'll be fine. It'll catch up quick and easy.
Just watch it.
I'll watch party it. I'll just go on Twitch and be like, we're going to watch all 1,100 episodes.
Fuck it. Just watch the live action and just get the fucking cliff notes of like the first 50 episodes.
Oh, now that would just bother me more, watching a bunch of real people to then watch cartoons.
Fair enough.
I'll stick through it at some point. I have got it there as like it's on my list of things to watch. I'm just like, once I start it, the problem is I know that like it becomes the only thing I'll pretty much watch until I've gotten caught up with it.
Yes, you can put this Dragon Ball stuff to rest.
Yeah, but it's not Dragon Ball, is it? Like it's still.
It's better.
It's not though. It's not. It's like saying Naruto's better than fucking Dragon Ball. Like, stop lying to yourself and just accept the facts.
Okay,
Dragon Ball is
that
the
is
king
not
of anime.
something we're even going to touch. All right.
You're right, because Naruto fucking sucks. All right, let's say
does
it loud
suck.
and
It's
say
terrible.
it proud. It sucks.
Naruto sucks.
It's just B-Tech Dragon Ball. All right, we've all seen the pictures and the screenshots of them being next to each other. It's B-Tech Dragon Ball. All right, we can't pretend.
Let me just nerd out for a second, all right? So, after Wano and One Piece, I'm just like, this was peak, all right? How is it going to get better than this? New opening drops, already better than 999 episodes of One Piece. Just a little 1 minute and 30-second opening of One Piece already feels way better than everything else I've watched up to that point. I could honestly talk about the opening by itself. It's such a masterclass. Even heck, you could watch it and appreciate it.
I mean, I will watch it at some point. I will actually sit down
Just
and get through it.
Watch the opening.
But
watch the opening to this arc. It's so good.
But the effort.
It's 1 minute and 30 seconds. What the fuck are you on about?
Let's just. We're doing it now.
Let's just watch it now.
We're doing it now.
I mean, I think I have it bookmarked.
Oh my god, there's 26 of those things. You don't need 26 of those fucking things.
There's 1,000 fucking episodes of it. Of course, you need it.
Just use Chala, hey Chala, just.
Yeah, One Piece uses fucking like Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, to be fair, nah, just use Rock the Dragon. That's what they need for their next intro. I will respect this show if out of nowhere just one day you get Dragon, Rock the Dragon. Alright, fuck it. Is it opening 26 I'm looking for here?
Yeah, it's opening 26.
By Hiroshi Kidani. Let's have a look real quick, alright? Opening 26 is fucking... Let's see this. Let's see this peak piece of... I mean, this is not what I'd expect for a One Piece intro. This is
pretty common for One Piece intros. Like, the best ones are like this.
I mean... I'm watching it and I'm like, I don't think I have the ADHD for this. What the fuck is with all these colours and these glittery sparkles and... fucking... Why is Monkey going through 300 different costumes? He's worn the same thing for like the entirety of 1200 episodes.
Nah, man's got drip.
Bullshit. Every photo I've ever seen of him is the same. Oh my god. I will give it. This is quite a good opening.
This is the best opening I've ever watched. Anime, period.
I do like it. That is definitely.
There is so much depth to this opening. It has been dissected, reassembled, dissected again, ripped apart, smushed back together, and you can still find stuff to talk about. This I fucking geek out over this. I have this on my phone. Like, I just listen to it and I'm just like, vibe. Fat vibe.
I mean, I do get it. But keep in mind, I literally joined this conversation today singing Idol, so I think you can see the kind of shit that gets stuck in my fucking head. Like,
Idol is good.
It's good.
Like, I like Idol.
Idol is a banger.
But I think this is definitely a contender for like best song for Crunchyrolls. Because this is going to stick around for a while.
Yeah. I can see like that is one cool opening. I do actually quite like that as an opening. That was not what I expected for a One Piece opening. I think honestly, like, I think about like a One Piece opening, and I think it's probably like the original early door kind of ones that always come to mind for me.
Yeah, like the first opening is good, but like an opening from One Piece is what got me into it. Like I think it's OP11 called Share the World. That was the first opening that I watched for One Piece, and I'm like, this is a vibe. I fuck with this. And then I just started watching it because I was just like, because I just wanted to get up to that point where that opening began. And I'm just like, you know what?
That's why you told me to watch the most recent one, so I could like it enough to fucking watch the entire show. I've got to get to that opening.
OP11 wasn't the most recent one. It was just the one that I thought was like the best. So I was like watching it, and because I started watching it because of that, and I know it's not a good reason, but I was just like, you know what? I need a reason. This is it. Let's do it.
I think I need to make this like a public safety announcement. There is no such thing as a bad reason to start an anime. There's only bad reasons to carry on an anime. There's never a bad reason to start it. There is a many bad reasons for carrying it on, though.
True, man's cooking.
I think, to be fair, I've only got one other anime I want to discuss for the tier list. I don't think I've watched everything else more than maybe like an episode, and essentially haven't gotten through it. It's like Botchigiri and Dungeon Meshi and things like that. Like, I need to actually sit down and watch them properly. But they just, like, they were dropped or kind of unwatched for me because I've just never got round to them. Though, I mean, Dungeon Meshi is meant to be fucking top tier incredible, so I'm sure it's deserved of an A, but I just didn't watch it. But I did watch
is that delicious in a dungeon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like I've seen like loads of people have said that it was one of like the best shows like that came out, and like loads of people have loved it, and like it did well on the Fantasy Anime League, so you have to assume it was actually quite a good show for the time. Because
I'll probably watch it because it's like made by Trigger, and Trigger is god tier.
Yeah, but like obviously I decided instead of watching Dungeon Meshi, I would just carry on watching the Apothecary Diaries.
Fair enough.
For me, it is an A tier. I really enjoyed it. I like the character of Mau Mau, and like I kind of want to see where the story goes. I feel like you can kind of watch it and you could almost kind of tell what everything's going to be. Like, they kind of lay it out to you very obviously. Like, this foreshadowing ain't foreshadowing. This is just shadowing. You can see it. It's clear as fucking day. But, like, I look forward to how they want to handle it. And, like, I enjoyed the whole series. Like, it was quite funny. I think, like, the character of Mao Mao is good. Like, she is just an entertaining character to watch. I do love her little, like, fucking obsessiveness over like poisons and just being able to eat and consume all poison. It's a fun show to sit down and watch. It doesn't really like need the most focus to keep track of the story. Like, you want to pay attention to the story of this one, obviously, like, but it is quite a nice simple show to just sit down and watch, you know, like nothing too aggressive, nothing too stupid, just simple detective fucking girl type drama. And you still haven't watched it. I
understand.
But like, for me, that was an 8 here. Might even have to say, for me, it might have been a bit better than Classroom of the Elite. But again, Classroom of the Elite could go up if I had watched the last episode before doing this. If I had watched that, I'll just fucking watch it now, shall I? Let's just waste another half hour. I'll pull it up on my phone, I'll get my headphone in, we'll carry on talking about some other things, and I'll just watch it whilst we do this and be like, alright, you know what?
I am quite okay because I want to go to bed. It's not even that late, I'm just doing it for the shits. Let's wrap this up by saying what we're looking forward to next week. I mean, I'll still probably keep watching Slime, Mushoku Tensei. Konosuba starts in 2 days.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to Konosuba.
I will not be watching it.
I know you won't. I'm sure, like, I will tell you by the end of the season. You'll have, like, you need to, but it is, like, I get why you're not going to watch it.
Yeah, it's out of my control.
But, yeah, it's just, I'm quite excited for it. I think it'll be pretty cool. Annoyingly, we got to wait fucking ages still for Demon Slayer, though, so...
Yeah, sucked in Demon Slayer fans. Also got Kaiju number 8 and Data Live 5. Also some other shows. Windbreaker as well has kind of caught my attention. And then Grandpa and Grandma Turn Young Again, which I will get onto.
See, I'm like, what is it that's coming out this week that I'm like, other than Mushoku Tensei, like, because I'm obviously hyped as shit for that. I love that show, but I'm like, I just don't think there's much else coming out. I mean, well, no, I guess the Duke and his Deathmate literally came out, like, started airing like a day ago now, so I'm kind of excited to finally be able to sit down and watch that. Because like I didn't
finish season 2. I didn't finish season 2, so now I'm kind of like about it.
I think I just binged season 1 and 2 kind of like together. Like, I think season 2 had just ended when I went to watch it originally, so I just binged through through those 2 seasons and was like, I actually quite enjoyed this. Like, 3D anime, I'm always a bit iffy with. I'm an old school hand drawn anime kind of guy.
It's like fine for 3D anime.
Yeah, like, it's not as offensive as some fucking scenes that I've seen in anime of recent. Like, it's definitely same. Like, at least everything is consistently that, and I can accept that. But it is one of those where, like, I think it's same with like Disney movies though for me. Like, I'm a Renaissance Disney kid. Like, I like Aladdin. I like that nice 2D animation style that I grew up on. So I know I'm just old manning it when I fucking whinge about 3D animation in shows like this. And again, it's alright. It doesn't bother me too much. I think it would look better as a 2D anime, but look, we got to cut costs because can't keep people locked in the fucking office forever, can we? Can we, Mapper? Can we?
No.
No, some people need to go home.
Some people need to consume carbohydrates.
To be fair, though, actually, there is a show coming out today that today it'll be out, that I'm looking forward to, which is, what's it called? Tadamiya Okiri? Which is, I think I told you this one before. This is like the gay dads who can have a kid.
Oh, that...
Like, let me just quickly find it so we can... Masaki Fujiyoshi is a stay-at-home spouse and parent. He has thought long and hard with feelings of being the burden to his loving husband, Hiromu, due to his status as an omega, a secondary gender, allowing one to give birth regardless of if they are male or female. And I'm like...
Did I skip a page?
Okay. Well, it's like literally the description's like it's like now nearing their kid's second birthday, and his parents are forging meaningful bonds with those around them. These include the beta college student living next door. I don't know why. I don't know how like I stumbled into this fucking anime, but I just am looking forward to it, and it airs today, so I'm gonna like be sat weebing out to the dumbest fucking thing possible, probably. Like, this is probably like the real fucking like D tier of spring 2024, but I reckon by the end of this it will be a fucking S tier with me. Like, it's gonna be one of those shows that's so dumb and brain rotty that I'm like, nah, I love it. I think that's... I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes.
Yeah.
But I think past that, other than... I think Oitombo might start as well this week. It might start next week, though. Or actually, has Oitombo started?
It has started.
It has started. So there's Oitombo that I need to catch up on and then watch the new episode of as well when that comes out. But yeah, I'd say there's some good shows coming out this week. May is going to be the big one for me, where we've got Demon Slayer, My Hero. Like,
that's it.
That's all that I need really for spring 2024 to feel good about life.
Yeah.
Who needs anything else when you got Rizuku Himdoriya finally finishing the fight that he started 7 years ago?
It's about fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost been on TV a little too long. Like, the boy probably should have aged a little bit more. 7 years to 1 year that man's living dog years. It's fucking nuts. But again, I'm looking forward to that for like the foreseeable future. But for this week, I think it is just the more standard or really out there shit. With a bit of Mushoku Tensei sprinkled in for good measure to keep me grounded in good anime.
I was just about to say, spring 2024 just started. I'm already looking forward to summer.
It is. I think, to be fair, summer's also gonna kind of be good in it, because I think they've announced quite a bit for summer.
There's really only one show that's good coming out.
What are you looking forward to for summer?
Oshinoko.
Oh shit, yeah, Oshinoko's this summer. Fucking can't wait! Might have to now go and watch Oshinoko.
I think we'll end it off there before he gets too enraged about talking about Oshinoko.
It's the best. It's the best.
It is pretty good. But if you guys want to catch more of this, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and also follow us on Spotify and all the other jazz that we're on that is surely everywhere else on our social media and stuff.
Linked in the description, everything down below.
Yeah, make sure you do all that like and subscribing shit that everyone else tells us to do, but we won't tell you to do because we give you free reign of will.
Yeah, you're free to ignore all of our advice.
Yep.
But understand, you'll miss some great anime.
But you can't ignore our opinions.
No, our opinions are here to stay. You can accept those things as fucking fact.
Yep. Fuck you guys.
But yeah, just fucking end it there. Just done with these people.
No.
Done.
I was just about to say it. Let's just end it like that. Done. Fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys.